Okay, so I think it's safe to say that the Wraith is a bit of an actual beast these days. What I'm going to try and do is teach you guys how to counter the Wraith and his abilities. But what I feel like you would firstly need to actually counter the Wraith is a good in-depth understanding of exactly how his power works. Now the Wraith's power is very simple but does have some complexities to it. So essentially he can cloak and uncloak. He can be heard from up to a distance of 24 meters. So from a distance of around 20 meters, the Wraith is completely invisible. Inside of 20 meters, he is completely visible. You can see a shimmer of light, although he is still quite hard to detect. Now also, you can hear the Wraith's growls. So the growls that you hear in the pre-game lobby when you're about to play Wraith are also there present in a match. As well as that, the Wraith gets a 1 second speed burst when uncloaking. This is similar to when you lunge as a killer. And you'll notice that as soon as he comes out of his uncloak ability, any good Wraith is going to use that and then lunge for that extra lunge distance. So I'll show you some common in-game examples from what most Wraiths will do. Also, we have in the examples a common Wraith build that a Wraith would use that you're most likely to come up against in a public match. So it's pretty close to life. Now with the Wraith, you need to be very situationally aware. You need to constantly be scanning your surroundings and looking out for that shimmer, listening for the growls, just doing everything that you can do to actually spot the Wraith and stop him from getting the jump on you. Now if you do get caught out in the open and you do happen to have a flashlight, you can burn the Wraith and you can make it so that he will hesitate to actually try and uncloak around you. Just keep on pressuring him with the flashlight, just keep on shining on him. It doesn't necessarily have to be in his eyes, just on him, and you will eventually get the burn or at least gain enough distance to get to a safe place like we did here with the shack. Flashbangs can also burn him, so seriously don't sleep on those things. If you've got one in your hand and he starts trying to uncloak on you in the open, drop that thing, get him stunned and just go. Now any experienced Wraith is going to try and take the pallet from you and stop you from using it, just like the Wraith has stopped me from using Shack Pallet. He should have really uncloaked at the corner, but that was just his personal preference. If he'd have uncloaked, he'd have certainly got the hit, so make sure you're watching out for that. Don't run directly for a pallet, and if you are in a foot race with the Wraith, just look for somewhere else to run. Use anything in your environment because he is a lot faster than you and he does move at 150% move speed, so be mindful of that. Now one good thing to keep in mind is a Wraith will actually take a longer stun if he gets stunned while he's cloaked. So as you can see here, I waited until he cloaked up, got him with the stun, and that's a longer stun, so be mindful of that. It can be really helpful, especially in a sticky situation. Now one of the most common add-on combinations / perk combinations that you'll see on the Wraith is Brutal Strength, as well as the add-on that allows him to uncloak instantly when he kicks a pallet or a generator, and also the add-on that stacks with Brutal Strength and makes you kick pallets faster. Do be very mindful of that. I got caught out here, just be careful. Now I don't care what anybody says, Spine Chill is a good perk, and don't let anybody ever make you feel down for using a perk in Dead by Daylight. With that being said, Spine Chill is an absolutely fantastic counter for the Wraith. It lets you know when he's coming, it gives you a speed boost when you are completing generators and is on his way. A lot of good Wraiths will try to look away when approaching a generator, but even if they just cock up once or twice and you realise that your Spine Chill's lit up, leave the generator a little bit early or start moving towards a safer area, you'll usually avoid the first hit. So Spine Chill is a very good pick overall anyway, and as well as that, Spine Chill is a very good pick against the Wraith especially. Now it wouldn't be a Wraith counter video without an honourable mention of the perk Flashbang. It's not the greatest perk and it's not the greatest counter perk against the Wraith, but it is the most fun. It is amazing, and as you can see from this example here, how it works is if you understand or know that he's coming, you can drop your flashbang straight on the floor, and if he's still cloaked and he's trying to sneak up on you, get really close, it'll instantly burn him, or it'll just give you a chance to blind him and get away. So I know in the beginning of the video we talked about how the Wraith's power works and he gets the extra second speed boost when he uncloaks. So as you can see here, what I'm doing is I'm showing you why it's bad to actually run to the short side of the loop. is because he can uncloak and actually hit you on the short side. If you just ran to the long side and he tries to take the pallet, he's not going to be able to use his extra lunge distance to be able to hit you because you're going to be too far away. Instead, what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to chase you while cloaked and uncloaked at a different point, giving you the chance and opportunity to either stun him or get away. Just for example's sake, if the Wraith's uncloaked like he is on here, and you do know that he has the add-ons we discussed earlier, don't be afraid to drop the pallet early. See this pallet, it's a very good pallet, he's in a perfect position. I drop it early, he's got a recloak, kick the pallet, everything like that. It lets me get away. Seriously, just don't be scared to do it. Now I know in theory, these tips and tricks are very easy to follow, but they are a little bit harder in practice. And what I can say is practice will make perfect, especially against a killer like Wraith and any other killer in Dead by Daylight for that matter, except for Spirit because she's broken, but we'll not talk about that. Anyway, I hope these tips and tricks will help you. I hope that you can master them better than I can after I've just died right in front of your face. So hopefully you found some use out of this video.